There's currently 25 people that signed up through Google Forms.
Okay. Do the committee members need to sign up, or is it assumed that we'll be there?
See, perhaps Tiffany or Tanea, since no one from the summit. You know, I have not signed up. My assumption was we were not included in those registrations. When I look through, I got a screenshot of some of the responses. I don't see any of us, and I haven't registered, but I've sent it out to folks. I think Carol, you had maybe mentioned inviting Jediah Jeffries, right? And I know he and I were chatting, and he's going to come on Saturday. The person who was in the gardening article called him Christopher. He goes by Jediah. So I'm not sure. Tiffany or Tanea, do you have a sense of if we should register or?
So Tanea sent out a calendar invitation to you all. You all don't need to register. You can just use that Zoom information to log on that you received.
Okay.
Good.
I accepted that.
Good, great. And if you have any issues, just probably let me know on that day. Tanea will be joining us on Friday, but will not be on Saturday. So just note that.
Is it okay to go ahead and post that Zoom link on Facebook?
No, we do not want to post the Zoom link on Facebook because we do not want to experience any quote unquote Zoom bombs. If folks, what you can share is the registration link, and we will be checking that like right up until the hour and even during the day to send out the Zoom link to folks who do register. But it's really important that folks do register for kind of the security of the meeting.
Okay.
Not that it's highly sensitive information, we will be recording it as well, but there's some pretty wonky things that have happened when
I've been in meetings with some pretty unsettling Zoom bombings. So
yeah, I had one recently where someone started playing some rock band singers in their underpants. So some interesting things happen when people kind of take hostage of the meeting. So we want to avoid that.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. I've got Michael's cell number, and I've also got, I know he's on Facebook a lot, so I messaged him both places there about joining. I haven't heard back yet. I don't have anything other than our sort of email that we use as a committee for Brandon. And certainly my sense is Jacqueline is not well and not going to join tonight. So
let me try to
what do you think's the best way to proceed?
Even if Brandon joins, we technically we need Brandon and Michael to join. Let me give Brandon a call real quick. I've texted him, but I don't even know if he receives text messages through this number. So let me give him a call real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, and so there, I guess out of just kind of respect for everyone else here, if we want to take a 5 minutes and either mute or turn your camera off or, you know, do something else.
It was joining.
Hi, Tambila. We don't quite have quorum yet, so we are kind of reaching out to a couple folks on the Food Summit working group to try to get quorum. And also, obviously, that's our main agenda item today. So we're just taking 5 minutes to reach out to folks.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon is about to join us by phone, and then he will switch to video just as soon as he can. I'm going to send him the details now, so just give me another moment, please.
Tiffany, do we need 5 given that? Okay. So when Brandon joins, we'll officially open the meeting. I called Michael, but I got his voicemail, so I left a message as well there. Well, I suppose informally while we're waiting, I can share excitement that I have for Tiffany and I talking about Liberty Street tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. I was kind of digging up some history, reading through all the articles that have been in various local publications about the Liberty Street market, and just kind of getting, a way to encapsulate the history behind it. And also got me pretty excited again, because that brought me to reading some of the articles that were published this summer when our committee was bringing it back. So I know I'm really looking forward to that. And as I said too, I know Jediah, he reached out with excitement about joining on Saturday in the food summit. So it looks like, even though our registration might be small, it's mighty for the food summit. And I think it's going to be a great place to start, and a critical mass enough where everyone will be able to really communicate and build community, and hopefully walk away with stronger networks.
Yeah. Would you like me to share some of, I don't know if you all could see some of the affiliations or organizations that were listed. Some folks just seem to be community members or urban farmers themselves. I could also share, while we're waiting, the registration breakdown by session.
That would be great.
Yeah. Okay. Megan, is that okay?
It's wonderful. I was trying to just get us engaged informally, since we can't actually start our meeting. I feel bad because I know everyone's time is valuable. So yes, that'd be great.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm looking, hold on one second here. So organization-wise, we have Partnership for Prosperity. We have Memorial Industrial Community Development Corporation. We have, sorry, one second. I also made an Excel sheet. I'm actually going to pull that up because it's easier to see everyone. Okay. Triad Buying Co-op. We have Wise Consultants, Winston-Salem Rise, Crown Consultants Group. Again, several people who didn't list affiliations. Urban Street Farm, Daddy's in the Kitchen Liberament Group, Leia's Earth Touch of NC, Wake Forest University Office of Sustainability, Nathan, Granville District Farms, Apple and Green, and then Crankies, Parkway United Church of Christ, Forsyth County Department of Public Health, Ministers Conference of Winston-Salem vicinity, NCA&T Cooperative Extension. For Brandon Sessions, oh, Brandon's joining as well right now. For Brandon Sessions, he's also having Mary Jack Brennan, for those of you who are familiar, and Cameron Waters, who's their community program, community garden program manager, present with him. And it looks like Brandon is on.
Wonderful. All right. Well, welcome, Brandon. And I will officially open our meeting at 6:20 p.m. as we have quorum now. So welcome to our April UFPC Urban Food Policy Council meeting. I'd like to start off by welcoming everyone, as well as having folks review the minutes. And once we've reviewed the minutes, if anyone would like to motion regarding edits, amendments, or adopting the minutes.
Megan, before we do that, can we also formally take attendance?
Oh, yes. Thank you for the reminder. Megan Regan, Chair.
David Harrison, present.
Carol Eichmeyer here.
Samila Covington here.
Brandon, you're muted.
Brandon Williams here.
Great, thank you.
Brandon Williams here.
Thank you. All right. Well, welcome everyone. And thanks again for that protocol reminder. I'm going to get it once. So here, if you take a look at our agenda, we kind of did a bit of informal welcoming, but welcome everyone. We are really excited about the Food Summit tomorrow and Saturday. So that's going to take most of our meeting time today. But before we get through that, if everyone has had a chance to review the minutes, if not, please take a moment to do so now. And let's explore adopting the minutes.
I move that we accept the minutes.
I second. Brandon second.
Excellent. Thank you, Brandon. Megan Regan, I vote yay in accepting the minutes.
David Harrison, I vote yay for accepting the minutes.
Carol
Samila
Eichmeyer, yay.
Samila Covington, yay.
And Brandon?
Yes, yay. Yes, I second.
Thank you.
All right, the minutes are accepted as received. Thank you, everyone. And then the rest of our agenda is really about the Food Summit. So we are grateful for you to be here, Brandon, and I'd like to kind of turn the floor over to you to share everything that's good and exciting about tomorrow and Saturday.
Well, I don't know too much about what goes on tomorrow, but I know as far as Saturday, as far as with the farm piece and the community garden piece, you know, I'm pretty satisfied. I need to do a few little some minor adjustments with some of the slides, but you know, overall, I'm satisfied in terms of how we're looking in terms of the Saturday sessions, in terms of the urban the urban farming piece, and the community garden and the agripreneurial piece. So I'm excited about that.
Wonderful. So I think there we perhaps and thank you and or sorry that you're representing the entire working group, whichever that might feel like to you. But there, I think, Brandon, would you like members of UFPC to attend each session? Is that something we should look at, kind of each signing up to try to attend certain sessions so we know
Sure.
at least one council member at each one?
Well, I don't know what the requirements or the protocol, the requirements and the protocol is in terms of the USP as far as the organizational structure. But of course, the more the merrier. Certainly I would like to have everybody who's able to attend, be in attendance. But as far as Saturday with the urban ag piece and the community garden and entrepreneurial piece, I think we're pretty good to go. Like I said, I got to make some minor tweaks. And I think between now and Saturday, we're looking at, by 36 hours, everything will be pretty good. So I'm very confident in on how we're going to roll out everything for Saturday. So, I hope you guys just, it'll be a good presentation. I'm confident in the the presenters, so, I mean, I've been seeing some good content. So I'm just ready, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to Saturday, so, and I'm going to be in attendance on Friday, as far as what Michael and, Megan and everyone else has in store. But as far as, Saturday is concerned, I'm excited, I'm thrilled, so I know we have some content uploaded with the Google slides and so forth. So if any members, want to go and take a look and offer any type of feedback, we're open to that. So I'm just excited, both presenters, both of them are excited, and it's a beautiful thing, so I'm just looking forward to Saturday, and just, any feedback that you guys have, I'm open to it.
Awesome. Thank you, Brandon. Yeah. I mean, I would say from your sense, what's helpful or kind of within the vision of the working group would probably be more in line with sort of what the protocol of the committee is. But I do think it could be helpful if each of us try to attend at least one session.
Right.
Not to open up a can of worms, but at some point we got to talk about that closing happy hour something, and whether or not we should all be there to say goodbye at the end. So
No.
I just got a lot of good feedback from the community. Some of the people that I invited that's, registered and signed up, everybody's really looking forward to it. So I'm looking forward to it. They're looking forward to it. So I'm just, I'm just very excited in terms of making this a good event, and I think, based upon what has been structured and what I've seen, I think we're on the road to that, to making this a good event, so I'm looking forward to it.
all right, great. So I guess I am certainly planning to be there tomorrow from 9:30 to 1, myself and Tiffany in that first session. And I would like to attend at least one of the sessions on Saturday. If it's the vision of the working group that we attend as much as possible, I can certainly attend all of it. But in that sense, I would probably plan to attend one session Friday, co-present with Tiffany on Friday, and then perhaps another one on Saturday. What do some other council members think?
That was my plan, to attend the one tomorrow and to attend part of the one the next day. I have to run the pantry that morning. But I hope to be on to see everything, though. So that's my plan.
I plan to be there for all of it. I can't imagine why we wouldn't support the stuff of our council, the work of it. So
And that's Carol. Is that Carol?
yes.
And I agree with Carol. I plan on, I moved everything aside and prioritize this event coming up. So I'm going to be here, even though, we're presenting on Saturday. I'm going to be in live in full effect on Friday, and, just really trying to support the event, because it's a good thing. And I really, support this thing, 100%. So I'm going to be in all sessions. I'm going to be in attendance in both, Friday and Saturday. So I'm looking forward to both. I agree with Carol.
And so there, Brandon, on the coffee break concluding thoughts part, right? So on Saturday, I look at topic 1 is urban farming and agripreneurship. Topic 2 at 11:30 is the community gardening and agripreneurship again, different topics, right? But then there's sort of coffee break concluding thoughts with the council. So is the sense there that around 12:30, 1 o'clock, as many council members who can join at that part should be there?
And I don't know. I mean, based upon the format, that's one thing I know for myself. I'm not really clear on, but I'm going to be there regardless. But I'm just willing. I guess I know for as far as the content is concerned, I'm more aware or enlightened on that. But I'm not, really clear on the coffee break session. But I'm going to be there regardless. So. Any Q&A, I know I'm cognizant of the Q&A session post the presentations and so forth. As far as the coffee break, I'm going to be, I'm willing to participate. I'm just not clear on what that entails.
I'll be there.
So and again, I'm not on the working group, so I'm just reading from the email sent by Tanea in terms of the 2 days, right? And I thought in a way, again, not being on the working group, but my sense of what the vision was that it would sort of conclude with an opportunity for attendees to ask questions to the broader council. So do you think, I guess to me, I know everyone's schedule is busy. So should we sort of plan for asking as many of the council members, Brandon, to be there from 12:30 to 1 o'clock as possible? Or is your sense that maybe that part of the summit has evolved to something different?
Sure, that's fine. If anyone wants to, be in attendance or provide any type of input, sure, So I mean, at that particular point, like I said, the presenters who are going to offer, and really that I had arranged for the actual event. I mean, it's fine, sure, but it's not a necessity, but it would be welcome, because everything is pretty much kind of structured, So of course, the more representation, the more solid, the more representation, the better. But so that's kind of how we're looking at it. Everything is pretty much ironclad. I mean, not ironclad, but we're kind of structured, So it's sure, absolutely. We want anyone who wants to attend or what have you. That's fine,
All right. Okay, great. Any other thoughts or some support that the working group would like from the council or any of us here?
Good afternoon.
Did you have
everyone. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, did you guys have an opportunity to look at some of the content that has been up, as far as the PowerPoint? Tiffany, did you get a chance to see some of the content?
No.
No, I think that at least for me, I've seen sort of the agenda each session. I haven't seen any of the slides other than the session.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, but go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry. I digress.
Nah, y'all fine. Pardon me for being late, been chasing animals. But the only thing I was gonna ask is, I'm gonna do my best to be in attendance on Saturday morning. I do have a cohort that I'm supposed to attend that's pretty in depth, and of course we could kind of multitask. As far as like what is going to be expected on a Saturday, just attendance, or should we be expecting to contribute on a Saturday?
Michael, is that a question for Brandon?
No, that's a question for everybody. I kind of missed half the conversation. I'm gonna do my best. That's all I would expect out of anybody. You know, it's no sword over anybody's head to participate any kind of way, you know, except for what people are signed up for. But like I was saying, on Saturday, I do have a cohort that I'm supposed to attend. So I will be present physically. I'm just making sure that nothing is expected of me as far as contributing to the rollout on the Saturday.
Well, you joined at the exact time where I was sort of asking a similar question as to, especially on Saturday, closer to the end of the summit, had there been any decisions from the working group in terms of how we might close it? Were we going to still try to bring the council together for Q&A? And I'm not sure there was really any certainty around that. So yeah, I think what we've said so far, Michael, is folks ideally will attend as much as they can. So some of us will try to attend most of the 2 days, and that's always great to attend as much as you can without obviously it being too cumbersome. But I'm not sure we quite know how it's going to close, or if we should ask as many council members as possible to be there at the closing. But I guess we seem just as uncertain as we were a month ago. So
I'll be there. Brandon Williams, I'll definitely be there in both sessions.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like with the timing, with it, I guess, ending or start the closing part starting around 12-ish or something around that. I think if you're there, we'll just already be there. So we'll just hang out until the end. That's my thought.
That sounds good to me.
Thank you.
Good. I'm looking forward to it.
The last one part ends because we'll already be there if we're all pretty much planning to attend the whole thing. I mean, we'll already be online, so we just stay online. That's all I'm saying.
And is your sense, Michael or Brandon, that the folks who've registered, they're expecting that it's over at 1?
(9:30 to 2). Well, I thought it was like a break in between the last session of the the agripreneurship and then going into the coffee break. I thought it was like a small intermission in between, or you saying it's going right into that?
I'm not sure. So I think that I've seen.
Oh, we said we was going to set a time. All right, I'm with you now. Hey, you know what I was saying? So, boom. Yes, somewhat of a break, please. It don't have to be a long break though. Just somewhat of a break, just so we can get our everything in order that we need to get in order, so we can actually be in a relaxed state. That would be my opinion, my suggestion.
So at this point, folks who have registered based on the information that's been shared, Saturday is 2 sessions, a 9:30 to 11, 11:30 to 1, and then any information about a gathering or a happy hour virtual event would be something we would just announce Saturday on
Okay.
Field Audible, sort of. It's a question. I have no idea. Right, when folks registered, did they the 2 sessions Saturday is all the information that's been shared?
That's correct.
So I suppose there I would lean towards the 2 members of the working group kind of saying what you all vision. Maybe a closing happy hour. I mean, maybe it's important, maybe it's not. But I don't want to step on toes. It's y'all's, y'all have been kind of the planners for it. So is there a sense that at the end of the 1 p.m. session, the summit's over? Okay.
All right.
I mean, I suppose then we can plan for that. We can plan to stick to the information that's been shared to those who have registered, which is 2 sessions Friday, 2 sessions Saturday.
I still like the idea of a happy hour. I mean, nothing like you said, nothing too cumbersome, but just something to kind of like, if anybody has anything that they didn't understand that we can clarify more in a conversation format, with the broader public, I think that could be beneficial, just so they know that we're real people that they can reach out and touch instead of just speaking all this information to them. At a later time, I would like it to be available, this happy hour.
So you think they're like a Zoom link, let's say from 4 to 5 p.m.? Do you imagine that being virtual? Do you imagine it being virtual with a option on site?
I like that too. Yeah, I like the option. Virtual with the option.
All right. Well, as a member of the working group and as a proponent of the happy hour, Michael, how do you feel about leading up that effort, picking a time, kind of stuff like that?
You talking about right now? Picking the time, or are you talking about on Saturday?
Well, it might be helpful for people to have a chance to kind of plan if the time could work for them or not. But it's up to you. Honestly, it's up to you. I just, while we were here as a committee, wanted to see if we wanted to plan that, as that was one thing we hadn't planned at the last meeting.
Right. I'm pretty game for it a lot right there. So, I mean, I would at least give everybody the opportunity from the planning committee if they had anything that they would want to say or suggest towards how we should conduct that. Because if not, like I said, Saturday, I don't know exactly what to expect. And please pardon me for not like announcing that I had this cohort obligation. I didn't know how intensive it was going to be, so I still don't know. So I'm kind of going to be using both of my ears on that day. But I'm sure I could, like, it's part of myself and speak to it, but I don't want to break up the flow, like whatever the presenters are going to be having. Like, I kind of feel like Brandon or who else present on that day? Like one of the Jacqueline, I believe one of them have a better feel for the the participants to say, okay, after this, meet us at this place, and we'll also have a virtual link available and go from there. I don't want to be Russell Simmons, at the Def Jam, closing it out,
You know me, I'd kind of be like broom, shuffling people out. Let's go. I'm done.
Right.
All right. Well, Brandon, any thoughts? I mean, we don't have to do it, right? Like, y'all been working really hard. People have been listening a lot and have other obligations. So no part of me is trying to nudge that we should have it. I think we should decide whether or not we're going to have it, so that we have some ability to plan, let's say, if we need a Zoom link or this, that, the other. Brandon, any sway either way for having an informal Zoom gathering?
No, I don't. I'm ready for. No, I don't. I mean, whatever. I'm with the majority. So we're ready. I'm ready for Saturday. So however y'all want to do it, I'm for it. I'm flexible. It doesn't matter. I have no preference whatsoever. I just want, when I was organizing this, for what we doing Saturday, I wanted to make sure that everybody on my you know, in this area, they had everything presented by Wednesday, and those needs were met. So we ready to rock Saturday. So however it goes from here, I'm ready. We prepared. It don't matter. So I don't have no preference. So I just know the people are going to benefit a lot from what we got to offer on Saturday. So at this point, anything else is icing on the cake. But we ready Saturday, so it doesn't matter. I don't have a preference. I agree with whatever the committee goes with. I'm for it. I'm ready for Saturday.
I'm going to put an idea out there, and I don't, I'm totally comfortable with people disagreeing, but since one member of the working group isn't here, and I'm not sure she's going to attend this weekend in terms of health, Michael's shared that he's got kind of a juggle going on Saturday. My vote would be, let's stick to the agenda that's advertised to the registrants, which is 9:30 to 1 both days. And if we want to send out, let's say, an email, thank you for attending, follow up, and maybe do a happy hour later, like a week later or something like that, virtually.
I do want to do something nice for the participants, and I know that might be something I need to do myself. But some of the people that I, invited to come out and participate on Saturday, I do want to do something that, to give them some type of token of appreciation for making this a good event. So that's one of the biggest things that I'm kind of stuck on now, especially since the content has been developed and the format has been laid. It's more so, I'm looking more so as showing appreciation for those who, contributing to this event. Because I'm excited. This is new to me. This is my first time here, and the support that I've been receiving for this event has been unparalleled to anything that kind of experience, in this type of capacity. So I'm just trying to figure out ways to kind of show gratitude and appreciation for some of the presenters and some of those who are going to divulge information. It's going to help us move forward as committed this upcoming weekend.
All right. Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm game to support whatever it is. I just want to make a decision so that people can plan whether they can come or not. My only uncertainty is if people who registered have only blocked off until 1, but really more what I'm trying to say is let's have a plan so that we can all support the plan.
Do we have an idea of when the first Liberty Market's going to be? Because if we did, we could invite everybody to meet us there and actually go to the market and meet some of the vendors and be appreciative in that way.
Yeah, so the goal of the next launch from the city is May 21st.
Okay. So if we're going to do that on May 21st, maybe we could invite people to join us on May 21st from 4:30 to whatever we run that meeting. And especially the speakers, honor them in some way then, and also get the benefit of having people come and see the market and be there.
Right. I love that idea. I might want to do it like a week or two in advance, but that's a great idea. To have us go up and get familiar with the space. I like that.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's fantastic. So I guess there, in terms of kind of scheduling and things like that, we'll just plan 9:30 to 1 Friday and Saturday, and for as many of us to be in attendance as we can for as much of it. Is there any other sort of support or anything from the council, Brandon and Michael, that you all would want towards tomorrow and Saturday? Or Tiffany there from the city, either Tanae or Tiffany?
No, Brandon, no.
I think just showing up and being present from my perspective, I think, all of the content has been created. I think, even though there's not going to be a formal meet and greet afterwards until maybe later at a different point in time, there's still going to be an opportunity for you all to share about your work and about your service on the Urban Food Policy Council, because everyone that's coming to this has an opportunity to partner with you all on policy, on recommendations. And so I think it's just an important opportunity to build connections. So definitely come to mind prepared for that, to engage, to not only be present, but to engage, especially with the participants.
Sounds great. Sounds wonderful. Any council members or guests in attendance that have any questions or thoughts regarding the food summit?
Brandon, no.
I'd like to say in advance, thank you guys for doing the planning. I'm looking forward to it, and I know that you put a lot of work into it at this point, so I'm happy and thank you.
Yeah, agreed. It's really come together really nicely. I've had a few folks who registered reach out in excitement as well. So I'm really looking forward to it, and continue to be really proud of the work everybody here does. So especially the working group there, and just from a sort of table scraps idea, putting something really great together, I think is going to be really important. So are there any other thoughts, announcements, closing remarks for our council?
I have one, actually. I've never shared with you all the registrations for each session, and I just wanted to point that out real quick, if you'll allow me before we close. Is that okay?
Yes, please.
Okay, so the most folks registered so far for the Liberty Street Market session, and that's at 23. We have the second most registered for urban farming at 21, third most for community gardening at 18, and policy and ordinances at 15.
That sounds great. And as someone who's in Zoom meetings of those size, we probably don't want them much bigger to be meaningful. So I think they're really great. That's really great.
That is great. Now, I would like to echo those sentiments by Carol. Like, I really appreciate all the support and, people taking on things that they hadn't done before. Like, that's the way to grow right there. So I'm excited about where we're going. Appreciate you.
Yeah, this is exciting, and it'll be awesome to actually one day get to meet you all actually in person, since I'm still new here. And I've been talking to squares my whole time being here. So it'll be nice in May when, we all can get together and meet and talk in person. But this is exciting, though.
So there's a funny story there, David. Scott and I were on the council together for over a year, but somehow I had always been sitting at the meeting table before he came in. And when we did our urban farmers meeting at the extension site, was the first time he saw me stand up. And I seem much taller sitting down, I suppose, than standing. And he and I are probably about 1.5 feet difference in height. He was just like, I never realized you were so. I'm like, that's all right. You can say it. I am barely 5 foot tall. So yeah, it's going to be great in many ways to see each other outside of the squares and things like that.
Yeah.
But even still, I'm excited to see us all in the squares tomorrow.
No doubt.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, unless there is a sort of last call for announcements or closing remarks, would anyone like to motion to close our meeting?
So moved. Carol.
A motion to close. Oh, I'm sorry, Carol. Go ahead.
You can second it, Brandon.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Megan, aye.
Aye.
David Harrison, I.
Michael Bennett. Pardon me.
Aye, Carol.
Tambila, I.
Michael, aye.
Brandon, I.
Wonderful. Well, our meeting is adjourned at 6:54 p.m. I look forward to seeing everyone at various points throughout the weekend. And thanks, y'all, for your time and contributions tonight as well.
Have a great night.